Rangers. It's your boy Rain, and today we're going to be watching, reacting, and reviewing to the 2005 film Pride and Prejudice. Now, I've never seen this movie before. I have no idea what it's about. The only thing that I know is that it's based off of a book. I'm not sure how old the book is, but I'm surprised that the movie is only from 2005. I would have expected it to be older. I think the book is pretty old. Nonetheless, I have it in my queue, in my queue, so I'm really looking forward to watching this movie because I've never seen it before, but I heard great things about it, at least the book. And the only thing that I know about this movie is that there's someone named Darcy, and the only reason why I know that is because I've seen the movie series after, and then one of the characters, now I'm forgetting his name, he says Darcy needs to chill, and so there's like a whole like short debate about that book in that movie. So I've always, since then, I think maybe even before, I've been interested in watching this movie because of the book and how many people talk about it being a really great book. So I can't read the book, so if you saw the lucky one, you know that I read the book before watching the movie, and I thought that was a different twist to what I could bring. That being said, I did feel at the end that I probably should watch the movies before reading the book, even if I really want to read the book in its like truest form without me knowing what it's about, just because I think watching the movie after reading the book, I think it might take away a little bit more than it gives, to be honest. I would have loved to read the book without seeing this movie, because I love going into things blind. So me reading the book without knowing what this movie's about would definitely give me a different perspective, but I think I'd rather prioritize watching the movie first for the channel and my first impressions versus reading the book. And then maybe after I read the book, I'll make a separate reaction or separate thought video outside of this for those that are interested. Not sure yet, because I think the book is pretty long, but that might be an alternative for me, and I can just compare and contrast the movie to the book. But that being said, I'm really interested in watching this movie, so before we jump into it, if you love watching movies as much as I do, if you get energized to watching people's reactions like I do, or if you want to show me your support, I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel. I have over 700 movies I'm interested in watching. I just need your help telling me what to prioritize. And if you really enjoy my reactions, I have my Patreon link down below where you can watch the full-length reaction. More to discuss at the end, but for now, let's lay back, kick our feet up, grab our favorite snack and drink, and let's get into it. Focus Features presents, in association with Studio Canal, Harden, that's his name from after Pride and Prejudice. Let's get it. Darcy needs to chill. Do I know her from another movie? I feel like there might be one movie I've seen her in. Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a clean transition. I think the piano's cool. There's just personally like very few songs on the piano that I really want to play, and then that's it. Like I would love to know how to play like the Harry Potter. I knew how to play like the first like 10 seconds of the Harry Potter theme song on piano when I was in a freshman year in high school. I love to know Bella's Lullaby. There's like a select few things I would actually like to know on the piano, and then I don't care to learn the rest. Like obviously it'll be cool, but if you could tell me you can learn these select songs, I'll be straight.
Katie, what if I told you about listening at the door? From the north.
They loud as hell.
Well, then I'll do amending for a week. 2 weeks I'll do it for 2 days.
So I'm assuming the dad got a guy to marry one of his daughters. He makes $5,000 a year, which was I guess impressive for this time frame based on what they were saying, that he could have warts and I guess they wouldn't care. See, that just goes to show, even back in the day, they was some gold diggers. Assuming I interpreted that correctly. I always wanted to do something like, well, not always wanted. I recently actually started thinking about how cool it was to do like line dancing. Like, cause one of my friends mentioned doing line dancing. I was like, you know what, that would be kind of cool.
How good of you to come.
That'd be kind of cool if it was oh, it might be the guy in the poster, huh? I said that'd be kind of cool if it was Elijah from the originals. Wait, she call her own husband Mr. Bennet, or like why did she kiss him on the lips if they're not a thing? He said they were companions for the past 20 years, but she keeps calling him Mr. Bennet.
My eldest daughter, you know, Elizabeth and Miss Mary Bennet.
2 others, but they're already dancing.
May I introduce Mr. Darcy?
Maybe I'm getting a line wrong from after. Maybe it was Mr. Bennet needs to chill or something. I don't even know. Or Elizabeth Bennet needs to chill. Ah, damn. I don't remember now. I thought Darcy was a girl. Huh.
Mr. Bingley.
Very much.
Country?
Yes. Fills me with guilt. Not a very good reading.
Yeah, I think he said Elizabeth Bennet needs to chill.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Tell me quickly, my
Going to take the bed.
He stays in the whole winter.
That girl in the back looked miserable.
Bingley. Mr. Bennet.
That's kind of cute. Broke the physical touch barrier already. My boy.
Darcy.
Not if I can help it.
Oh, she bold for that. I like that.
If he liked you, you'd have to talk to him.
As it is, I wouldn't dance with him for all of Derbyshire.
Why is he dancing with a different girl? Is this a partner exchange or something? Like. Yeah, he be looking at her like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, she mean mugging crazy. They got that anticipation building up.
I wonder who first discovered the power of poetry in driving.
True was the food of love.
Of a fine stout love it may. One poor sonnet will kill it stone dead.
So what do you recommend?
Dancing. If one's partner is barely tolerable.
I think they're gonna challenge each other, and that's how this all happens. Meanwhile, nowadays you go to the club and no one dancing.
Oh, I still can't believe what he said about you.
I'd more easily forgive his vanity had he not wounded mine. But no matter, I doubt we shall ever speak again.
She has an interesting smile. It's like huge. And it makes me wonder too, because I've noticed that some people have like the discrepancy in like how big people's teeth can get is insane. Like there's some people with like really nice big teeth, and there's some people with just like really nice small teeth, and I'm like, what the heck?
Poor thing, it is a shame she's not more handsome. The fourth with him is king of little standing, and
Oh my god, I thought she had like a one of those things that like cuts bushes to cut her hair in the back. She was just about to put food on the table. See how it was crossed like that? I thought that was like I forgot what it's called.
Jane, make haste.
It is from Caroline Bingley. She has invited me to dine with her.
And Elizabeth.
dining out?
Can I take the carriage?
Countable of him dining out, indeed.
Mamma, the carriage for Jane.
I don't understand what this means. I wish I did. You know what that is? For clothes to take so long to dry, just for rain to come out of nowhere and mess it up.
I shall have to stay the night, exactly as I predicted.
Skills in the art of matchmaking are positively occult.
Did she get dry clothes that got wet just to dry her hair for her to be outside for it to get wet? Like, what kind of sense is that?
She's redecorating her ballroom in the French style.
Like how they walked in the center of the room.
Good Lord, Miss Elizabeth, did you walk here?
I did. I'm so sorry. How is my sister?
She's upstairs.
He looked like he just like fell in love with her.
My goodness, did you see her hem? She looked positively medieval.
Don't worry, I don't know who is more pleased at your being here, Mamma or Mr. Bingley.
So I think this could have been avoided if her mom just let her take proper transportation there.
Being ill.
Not going to be famous, huh?
Damn, that hog is huge.
Related to the learned pig of Norwich.
God damn. She's in Hunger Games. Yes, that's what it is. She's the person in Hunger Games that like bites with their teeth or something like that. Or is like really vicious. One of the winners. I know I spotted her earlier and I just couldn't put my words together.
Two motives, Caroline, and I would interfere with either.
The surest way of disappointing him will be to ask him nothing about it.
But do tell us, Mr. Darcy.
This is one way to get your 10,000 steps.
Miss Bennet, sir.
Oh, for heaven's sake, are we to receive?
You have, sir, such expensive fur.
I want to know the story of the one all the way to the right. You'd be looking miserable. Is this like the Cinderella situation?
Mr. Bingley, is it true that you have promised to hold a ball here at Netherfield? It would be an excellent way to meet new friends. You could invite the militia.
She just volunteered him for a party at his place.
Thank you.
You're welcome anytime you feel the least bit poorly.
It has been most instructive.
Not at all.
I can't tell if we like her or we don't.
Great long lashes like a cow. Did you see him?
Just the one mind, we're not made of money.
I hope, my dear, you've ordered a good dinner today.
Well, maybe she didn't let Shorty drive because they don't have too much money and there's only a trip for one. So she could take the horse.
He would make anyone an excellent partner. Do not you agree, Mr. Collins?
Indeed. Indeed. Very agreeable alternative.
Now Darcy about to get jealous.
Look, Mr. Bingley. Mr. Bingley! Mr. Bingley, how do you like my ribbons for your ball?
Very beautiful.
She is. Look at her. She's
Darcy about to get really jealous.
professional.
Lydia, you can't invite people to other people's balls.
Of course, you must come, Mr. Wickham.
Mr. Wickham looks familiar as well. Wait, where's my pad so I can write down these names? Oh, damn.
Oh, breathe in.
Some things just don't change.
On the contrary, Wickham is twice the man Darcy is.
And let us hope a rather more willing dancer.
It's crazy because like you really think about it. Like obviously I'm only seeing a certain picture, but I feel like from all the movies and shows that I see about like this time frame, like the sole objective of these women is to find a suitor. And that's like crazy. Like imagine like living your whole life, the only objective you have is to get married and become a wife. Damn, Lizzie about to have 3 people fighting over her.
May I say what an immense pleasure it is to see Miss Bingley?
Charming.
Oh, so they're brother and sister, okay. I was wondering what the relationship was.
Miss Elizabeth.
No, not at all. I was splendid.
It is breathtaking, Mr. Bingley.
Shorty in the back be struggling to be here.
Mr. Bingley? I guess he is. Did you see how he dotes on her? As for her family.
I can't tell if she's looking for Darcy or Mr. Wenham.
Charlotte, Lizzie.
Darcy clipped it, Mr. Wickham.
Inclined to be engaged. Were it not for the...
I'm the object of the
That gentleman barely warrants the name.
of the evening.
Imagine like being disappointed, but also, oh, she's laughing.
May I have the next dance, Miss Elizabeth?
Oh, oh. This is so like strange. It's like the people that talk so much junk about each other are the ones that like each other the most.
I dare say you'll find him very amiable, Lizzie.
I just want to loathe him for all eternity.
Watch him be nice. If he's ass, that's gonna be disappointing.
I talked about the dance. Now you ought to remark on the size of the room or the number of couples.
Please advise me of what you would like most to hear.
The way they talk is just like so interesting.
I may observe that private balls are much pleasanter than public ones. For now we may remain silent.
Yeah, I was about to say, he not talking at all, huh? He's trying to concentrate.
No. And taciturn. Also much more enjoyable, don't you think?
I feel like he likes her because she's so like unorthodox. Like she's different in every regard.
Question.
To make out your character, Mr. Darcy.
And what have you discovered?
To hear such different accounts of you has puzzled me exceedingly.
That's impressive. They just beefed and started still dancing. It's like no one around them. That's tough. It's like they can't figure each other out, and so they are like they like each other without wanting to. They just can't help it.
Really indulged.
I believe so. But
He's the nephew of my esteemed patroness, Lady Catherine.
Means he will consider it an impertinence.
Imagine that. The dude that wants to marry you is a simp to the other dude that
I believe we have a mutual acquaintance there.
Yeah, they really relatives, and he trying to marry her. That's crazy work.
And my Jane married her so grand must throw her sisters in the way.
Mr. Collins is going crazy.
If you cannot perceive her regard, he is a fool.
We are all fools in love. She should move fast, snap him up. There is plenty of time for us to...
I can't help feeling that at any point this evening...
Oh, so he just dancing all day today. She kind of looks like Bellatrix Lestrange. I think that's the name I was thinking about before, but I don't think that's her, right?
You are too hasty, sir. You forget that
I must add that Lady Catherine will speak to her of your modesty, economy, and other...
So they still go on one knee.
I flatter myself, cousin, that your refusal is merely a natural delicacy. Besides, you should take into account that despite your manifold attractions, if marriage may ever be made to you...
Mr. Collins!
Oh, he going rude now.
Please understand me. I cannot accept you.
That's terrible. Imagine people walking in laughing at you. She likes him. I had a feeling like when that was at the ball. But I don't know how old she is, so I didn't want to say nothing.
We'll have this little he come downward immediately. Lizzie!
Then she out. Both of them.
Lizzie, from this day onward,
Tame you when your father is dead.
your mother will never see you again, and I will never see you again if you do.
There we go. There we go.
Ungrateful child! I shall never...
That's so gross to me. Like marrying someone you don't... Like forcing your kid to marry someone that they don't want to be with. That's so gross.
Jane?
What's the matter?
She's not gonna marry... Am I supposed to read that? Like, what do you expect? The hell? So there's, I'm assuming like they're not gonna marry each other, but like, does he not want to marry her no more? 'Cause she kept him waiting for too long, or is she turning him down? It would be kind of cool if it was like the former, and then she like went after him. But I know this movie's not about her, so they probably don't have enough screen time for all that.
I am sure he will come to you.
Give my love to my...
She said, "You don't gotta cry."
Be a burden, dear.
Oh, Jane.
I drop everything I got going on just to see you one time. Barefoot. Imagine her touching all that soil and grass and dirt. And Darcy.
There is no earthly reason why I shouldn't be as happy with him as any other. Not all of us can afford to be romantic. I've been offered a comfortable home and protection.
Bro, this is so strange, man. The things people do for money is, oh my gosh.
I'm already a burden to my parents, and I'm frightened. So don't judge me, Lizzie.
How do people in this day and age make so much money? Like, how do they get to their wealth? Like Mr. Collins, like what did he do to get so much wealth? Because like it's easy, like nowadays you can see someone like as a business owner, but like here, like you see them sitting around all day and not really doing much from like these movies. So like what do they do? How is she not dizzy? Oh, it's like one of those Twilight things, huh? In New Moon where Bella's sitting in her room and all the seasons pass over. Oh, I thought the birds were dead. I'm just like, damn. That's not birds, damn. I think those were ducks or something. Those. See what he's using that tool? I thought that's what Shorty in the beginning was about to do to that girl's hair.
As for the favour you ask, it is no favour at all. I would be happy to visit you at your earliest convenience.
Oh, I'm about to say, where is she gonna step? That's pretty high up.
About.
That's kind of awkward, no? Like you pulling up to the guy that wanted to marry you?
The glazing alone costs upwards of £20,000. Go along.
She got a... Oh my god, is that a bird in her hair? Or... Oh, I was about to say, that's sick. How is she pulling that off?
You know my nephew?
Yes, Mum. I had the pleasure of meeting your nephew in Hertfordshire.
Colonel Fitzwilliam, how...
This dude is a simp. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Yeah, Mr. Collins is funny as hell. went to sit next to Mr. Darcy. That's funny, bro.
Family is in good health, Miss Elizabeth.
I actually saw a video and instead of like dating someone, it's actually better to sit next to them than across from them.
Not one. It's very strange. I suppose you had no opportunity. Your mother should have taken you to town every spring for the benefit of the masters.
She kind of looks familiar, but then also doesn't at the same time.
With 3 younger sisters grown up, your ladyship can hardly expect me to own to it.
So we don't know her age? What the hell? I find it very interesting. I've noticed they like say like oxymorons as they talk.
If her health would have allowed her.
When I say I play poorly...
Come, Lizzie. Her ladyship demands it.
She said, bro, I'm telling you, I'm ass. I'm not trying to be humble. I'm ass.
How does Georgiana get along, Darcy?
She's good. What the hell?
Plays very well.
I hope she practices.
Maybe it's like not good for this time frame, but she knows what she's doing.
Even though gentlemen were scarce and there was more than one young lady sitting down without a part. Oh, and nobody can be introduced in a ballroom.
She'd be coming for his ass. She challenges him and he likes it.
Perhaps you should take your aunt's advice and practice.
I need to see him smile at least once.
Mr. Darcy, please do be seated.
He about to confess, but he like himself.
Good day, Miss Elizabeth. It's been a pleasure.
She ruined it.
I have no idea.
Ultimate compliment.
Mind must have some counselor.
Well, my boy watching, oh, that was, I can't tell. I think that's a girl.
For ourselves, I have now principles which are only to be obtained through in...
I was trying to say that she watching Inception.
His closest friend, Charles Bingley.
Did Mr. Darcy give a reason?
There were apparently strong objections to the lady.
She thinks he's talking about his sister, but I bet you he's not.
I think it was a family that was considered unsuitable.
So he separated them?
I believe so. I know nothing else.
She thinks he's talking about her sister, but I don't think he is. Because she was saying that Mr. Bingley's sister wanted was trying to take them apart so he can meet somebody else. I think Mr. Darcy's sister.
Mr. Bingley didn't seem to vex
No, it was
himself
more
about
than
that. How?
Joined by your mother, your 3 younger sisters, even on occasion your father. You and your sister I must exclude from this.
He's not wrong. Those two are the only ones that was really...
Do you expect me to rejoice in the inferiority?
And those are the words of a gentleman. To your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the...
Are they gonna kiss after this? This is weird.
Forgive me, madam, for taking up so much of your time.
Okay, alright. I'd say if they kiss, that's hella weird. Cause I know people like kiss after like arguments and stuff like that, but that was like really coming at each other. Damn, he really dropped a love bomb, huh? Yeah, I think Harden says Elizabeth Bennet needs to chill. Is that Mr. Wickham? No, it's Darcy. I'm tweaking.
But upon my father's death, Mr. Wickham went in orders, and which he gambled away within weeks.
Oh, I had a feeling he was lying.
After which he severed all acquaintance. At which point he declared passionate love for my sister, whom he tried to persuade to elope with him.
So he knows about false relationships.
As to the other matter, that of your sister and Mr. Bingley, though the motives which governed me may to you appear insufficient, they were in the service of a friend.
I like Mr. Darcy.
Is he?
You just made it so obvious. Like, come on. Right. Why don't you just like drop the letter down and just look at him? Look at her, I mean.
Little sea bathing would set me up very nicely.
Please, Papa, don't let her go.
Expose yourself in some public place or other, and we can...
Her mom is disgusting. Least favorite character. Already saying it.
The present circumstances.
She's getting worse and worse, and she was already my least favorite character.
At any rate, she can hardly grow any worse. You'd be obliged to lock her up for the rest of her life.
So why does he feel that way about one of his daughters, but not Lizzie?
I saw Mr. Darcy when I was at Rosings. Why did you not tell me? Did he mention Mr. Bingley? No. No, he did not.
Ugh, people lie. It's just like, for what? You could tell your sister is not over him. And so she's holding herself back from going back to Mr. Bingley because she thinks one reality when there's a totally different one. I'm just waiting for like the cover to come in to the scene, the cover poster.
Oh, what a man mounted.
Or carriages that work.
So I really like when movies like have like a poster from a scene, like a scene in the poster from the actual movie, but some posters just have a completely separate poster. I want to see what's so funny. Did he just laugh because of how big it was? That was the castle? So how do you do that? Do you have to like paint upside down, or like
keep up?
Or do they like place that after the painting is done? Like, I just get curious. So imagine hanging from the ceiling and painting, like the paint dripping down and all that. Like, I'm sure they paint and then hang it up there, which is still impressive.
He's a lot like his father.
The detail in these statues is insane. Oh, is that Mr. Darcy right there? The statue in the middle? It's kind of clean. That's clean. Damn, I wish I had my my statue of my face at like next to me so I can show you guys. I got it done in LA.
Yes, I dare say he is.
This is his sister, Miss Georgiana.
She about to steal the statue and who's the artist making these statues, man? They are a beast. Is that Mr. Darcy playing the piano? Oh, that must be Georgiana. Darcy gonna pull up, seeing him. Oh, there we go. Let's say Darcy gonna pull up, see her, see him. He would really be running away as if he's not gonna, like, come on. You're just delaying the inevitable. It's making yourself look kind of strange.
I thought you were in London.
No. No, I'm not.
Duh. No, you're not. It's one of those things where, like, I think she's just heavily conflicted. Cause like, she doesn't want to like him. She already had her preconceived now I'm forgetting the word. Not cut.
This way, sir.
Preconceived notions about him, and they were proven wrong. And she's embarrassed about it, and also kind of conflicted. And he asked them to change their plans. I bet.
We've just met Mr. Darcy to dine with him tomorrow.
Yep.
He was very civil, was he not?
Yep.
Pleasant about his mouth when he speaks.
You don't mind delaying our journey another day?
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, Mr. Darcy. Oh boy, Mr. Darcy. I used to play piano tiles. That was nice. I think I was trying to download it like a year ago, and then like no longer existed. It was like some other apps saying you had to pay or something like that. I was disappointed.
What a beautiful pianoforte. My brother gave it to me. Oh, very well then.
Easily persuaded, is she not?
You're unfortunate.
She brings out a different side of him. She probably didn't realize he was there.
It's the most dreadful news. Lydia has run away.
I mean, that's still bad. I'm like, oh, I'm like relieved. Oh,
Exposed Wickham when I should.
No, this is my fault. I might have prevented all this merely by being open with my sisters.
Has anything been done?
Yep.
This is grave indeed. I will leave you. Goodbye.
I will join Mr. Bennet and find Lydia, but...
Darcy gonna say the day watch. I gotta rewatch after and see whose side I'm on. Hardens or I'm not forgetting her name. Damn.
Get her out of their sight.
Let's see. I gotta rewatch after to see if I'm on Hardin's side or Tessa's side.
Lady Lucas. Oh, to see her face.
We should thank our uncle, Mama.
And so we should help. Daughter married.
Is that really all you think about?
Yeah, I'm like...
Daughters, Lizzie, tell me what else will occupy your stand.
You don't know what he's like.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
But they'll have nothing else to do.
They get it from their mother. What can I say?
And children.
It's interesting though, because like the two eldest are like so like responsible and so like pure, and then like the youngest ones, you would think they would follow suit, but no, they're just like the worst. Like they have like role models, no? Like how are they still so like, I don't know.
Not that I'm afraid of myself, but I...
Is she gonna get back with Mr. Bingley, or that dude she just bumped? Is that gonna be like a little plot going on? Kind of focused on that bump a little too much. Mr. Darcy and Mr. Bingley pulling up. Her mom about to drop that plate off her belly so fast.
Pure overbearing.
Look, there's someone with them.
There's one from before. Mr. Darcy? What does he think of coming here? Keep still, Jane. Mary.
Oh my God, just love him already. Jesus.
Mary, sit down at once. Mary!
Mr. Darcy.
They didn't even see you sitting. They walk in and see you standing. So
I've not forgot, you see. At least 3 courses.
Excuse me.
yeah, go back in there and get Jane, boy.
We're gonna walk it down now. So...
Very open with his emotions with his boy. I like it. I like it.
Oh, it's a disaster, isn't it?
If she could see how much he's stressing right now, she would appreciate it so much more too.
Thank the Lord for that. I thought it would never happen.
I feel like the poster potential's coming up. Oh wait, this is... no, he's not wearing that shirt. Damn. He a real friend too. Like I fuck with Mr. Darcy, man. He my favorite character for sure. I really like Lizzie though, but Mr. Darcy definitely my favorite.
Here's 5,000 a year. I knew she could not be so beautiful for nothing.
Is someone overhearing that, or are they just okay transitioning? Okay.
An assumed character.
My favorite 2 sisters.
Perhaps Mr. Collins has a cousin.
Maybe he's changed his mind.
No, maybe he changed his mind. That's OD.
I need to speak to Miss Elizabeth Bennet alone, as a matter of urgency.
So you broke my nephew's heart.
I will not, and I certainly never shall. You have insulted me in every possible...
They're homies.
Nothing further to say. I must ask you to leave immediately.
She just heard... They all just heard her going sick.
Lizzie, what on earth is going on?
Lizzie? For once in your life, leave me alone!
She said, you don't gotta cry. Yeah, I drop everything I got going on to see you one time. You can tell the truth at loss. Oh, she knocked out. Is this poster potential? I think it feels like it's a little too dark. I can't even tell if this is Mr. Darcy or Lizzie. I thought that was Mr. Darcy, but now I'm thinking it's Lizzie. I definitely think this poster potential. No, she's not even wearing that. Damn it. He's wearing the. See, he's wearing the fit. That's the poster. That's the poster fit. But why is she not wearing the dress? Does she gotta take off her jacket or something? Wait, I gotta look again and see what she's wearing. I guess in the his jacket looks a little darker than the poster, but I think I think as he gets closer, it's gonna be the brown. Yeah. Let's see if I can spot it exactly. He needs like a little hair on front of his forehead. Yeah, maybe there's no exact scene, just an idea.
As I'd scarcely allowed myself before. If your feelings are still what they were last April, tell me so at once.
Damn, last April, how long has it been?
But one word from you will silence me forever.
My boy, nice with the words.
However, your feelings have changed.
Don't tell me you're gonna go down on his knee right now.
You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you, and never wish to be parted from you from this day on.
I think they said like 100 words to each other max. Step in the right direction.
Your hands are cold.
Put them on my ass. I don't know why I said that. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, so I think maybe Harden was just like, maybe that whole debate in like that English class was just a mere, not them just having disagreements of how to handle things, but they both seem like great people, Lizzie and Darcy. So maybe it's just a way of like people interpreting the book on like whose side they were on in terms of how they handled things. But it seems like they come together. It's a happy ending. I thought there was like some type of actual conflict and they weren't together.
Proud, unpleasant sort of fellow.
I do like him.
Yeah.
I love him.
I was wondering if she was gonna say it back.
Good Lord. I must pay him back.
No. You mustn't tell anyone. He wouldn't want it.
I'm so glad that she actually told her dad.
But
You really do love him, don't you?
He's so happy. Wow.
Very much.
Then they just said F the younger sister because they did not show this much care about her.
I cannot believe that anyone can deserve you.
That's tough.
I heartily give my consent.
I so appreciate how he's the supportive one too. Like usually they have like the dad being the way the mother is in this movie, and then mother being the one that's like him. But I really like the switch up. Even this whole situation is different because they went to like the dad first for his blessing.
For Mary or Kitty, for heaven's sake, send them in.
Might have to pull up. Let me stop. The swans just spawned out of nowhere. The hell? She rubbing his leg? They progress pretty quick.
Pleasantly happy.
And how are you this evening, Mrs. Darcy?
My boy, he too clean with it. I really like them two together. They both got good banter. Like good, I mean, he took a while to get there, I ain't gonna lie, but she definitely brought it out of him. So I really appreciate that from her.
Mrs. Darcy.
Oh, he a tease.
Mrs. Darcy.
Don't tell me it's gonna end though. Oh, alright. Directed by Joe Wright. Damn. Alright. Mrs. Darcy. Alright, let me just see if there's any ending credits. Yeah, there's none. Okay. Based on a novel by Jane Austen. Alright. That was my reaction. Let's jump into the review. Alright, initial reactions. I definitely enjoyed this movie. I did not expect the movie to be about this. When I saw after and I saw how Harden and Tess were reacting in that English class or literature class, it had me feeling like there was some type of actual beef that ended with the beef. I didn't realize like with someone dying or something like that. Like I didn't realize it was just people who had like a conflict for sure and maybe some beef, but they came together and were both admitted to be wrong about something and just came together and had lived happy ever after. Like I didn't expect it to be like that. So that was pleasantly surprising because, you know, I like movies like that where it all goes well, or at the very least there's like some growth shown between the two people involved, and you get to see like their story really come together. So definitely a fan favorite for me in that regard. But it definitely caught me off guard. I didn't expect it to be like this. So now I really want to rewatch at least that clip of after and see what the dialogue about the whole discussion was, so I can see better relate to this movie and see, okay, what part were they talking about, what themes were they talking about, and kind of see whose side am I gonna be on. I feel like I might be on Hardin's side, which might be toxic based on who he is, but I really want to re-listen to that scene. So I'll keep you guys updated. So why did I choose this movie? I chose this movie because I heard great things about the book, and I really want to read the book. I have it downloaded, I think, on Audible right now, and I might read the book, but based on how busy I am and what I'm trying to prioritize as my goals, I might just settle for the audiobook, which is still gonna be pleasant add in my life. But given that I really want to read the audiobook, and I saw the book and I saw the movie online to watch, it definitely made me realize I can actually watch it now. And it also seems like it's about to be off at the end of the month, so only so much more time to watch it on Netflix, and I thought it was the perfect time. I think I had it in my queue though for quite some time, and I just waited for the perfect time, which is, I guess, now. So what thoughts does this movie spur, and what do I think about? It makes me think about back in the day, like how much of this stuff is real. I have to imagine a strong portion of it is based on reality. So who comes up with these kind of ideas? And I feel like the theme is always so constant with other movies. Like, I've never seen Bridgerton, but I feel like that might be a similar vibe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Definitely a must watch, I think, from what I'm hearing from other people say, so I'm gonna have to check it out. But it just makes me so interested and so curious on why like this is a thing in terms of people growing up and like their whole sole reason for existing is to be married to someone wealthy. Like, oh my, like, and that's what I think why I appreciate Jane and Lizzie so much, because not only are they the oldest, but they are the ones who are true to themselves and what they feel love is and who they want to be with. Whereas everyone else, including their mother, is just so, oh, he has money, he has this, how can he better my life? And it's just like so weird. And whereas in Lizzie and Jane, they kind of hold themselves to a high standard of knowing what they want, but especially Lizzie in the sense that she doesn't settle. Like, people come to her and she's like, nah, I'm good. Like, you're not meeting my vibe. Like, you don't want to dance with me. These are the things that I like to do. I like to dance, I like to laugh. You don't do that for me. So I really appreciate that. But it just makes me wonder how this whole idea really came about, who came up with this whole matchmaking stuff, and then also how many people are affected in the sense of they are paired with someone who they don't want to be with. Like, I heard something recently, not recently because this was when I was in college, so maybe around like 5-6 years ago, when I was in one of my like anthropology classes or some type of history class, they were talking about arranged marriages and how a lot of them are actually helpful, surprisingly, because people don't initially like each other, but the arranged marriage gives them the opportunity to be forced to like each other, and then organically, that's how, well, I don't want to say the word organically when I just said arranged, but nonetheless, I found it interesting how apparently there were at least some studies, if I'm not misremembering, that forced arranged marriages actually result in less divorces because people are actually accustomed to each other after a while or something like that, and they actually develop feelings after a while or something like that. I don't know, but nonetheless, like, there's actually less divorces with arranged marriages, so I think that's why people keep doing them. But it's just so interesting because, like, how many people are on the wrong side of those arranged marriages? That just seems insane to me. So, you know, I was speaking with someone in college, and mind you, this is like the 21st century, and she's talking about how she's about to be set up for an arranged marriage, and I'm like, holy cow, like, is that something you want? And she was like, oh, I don't know if I want it. I don't really want my parents. I'm like, damn, I just felt so bad. But who knows, man? Who knows? I think we all know some people like that, and I think some religions or ethnicities, they kind of still practice that, and to some extent as well. So I don't know, people just have preferences of dating within their own religions and ethnicities and nationalities and all that too. So that's all good and dandy as long as you're happy. But again, it just makes me wonder how many of those people are in these situations that are not happy. That's the crazy part for me. So what feelings did this create? I really enjoyed it. So I was really happy when watching the movie, a bit perplexed that some of the dialogue, a lot of this was old English or however you want to categorize it. So it took me a while to kind of like get to terms with it and really catch on. There were definitely some parts were harder to understand than others, but as I was watching, I got more comfortable with the language and this was an easier watch. But I was also very happy with just watching and seeing it all come together. It was very funny, very interesting how, like, the two sides of Darcy and Lizzie, I thought they both made a lot of sense, and I could see how they were coming, and I definitely appreciated it. It wasn't like someone was being totally irrational, so I really appreciated that. But then I was also, the side of me was also really disturbed by just watching the younger sisters just go so, and the mom, like, just go so, like, so focused on money and just wealth, and it was just very uncomfortable. And seeing how they were acting, like the whole world revolved around it. It was so, you know, in that way, like you're asking me how this movie makes me feel. In those regards, it kind of made me feel uncomfortable. So what moments, characters, or ideas resonated with me and why? I would say when Darcy spoke, when he was like actually confessing his feelings, that was hard. Like he had some riz to him. He had some language to that. My man, he got it. I won't lie. But even like the scene of like him smiling for like the first time, I think the only time actually is when he was with his sister. That was pretty dope. Georgina, I believe her name was. That resonated with me too, because like this whole time I'm like, is he ever gonna smile? Is he ever gonna laugh? And he just smiled so effortlessly when he was with his sister talking to Lizzie, and I thought that was pretty dope. So as seeing someone who like struggled with dialogue, and I'm assuming he may be an introvert, maybe someone who's shy. He said he struggles with like just talking to people. So it's kind of seeing how the movie shifted in terms of like you're seeing someone who is ultra rich and all this power in his hands, and people are just perceiving him to be like a snob and pompous or whatever you want to call it. And then as you kind of see him opening up, you see that it's more than just that, or maybe not that at all. It's more so he's just very shy and uncomfortable speaking with people, like an introvert, or someone who's shy, or just social anxiety, whatever you want to call it. So it's very interesting to see that progression as well throughout the film. And then he begins to keep opening up, and so that really resonated with me, because it's so easy to perceive someone as being something, but not everyone's perception is reality. So for some people it is, but he had something going on no one really understood. But when he was challenged with someone who didn't take his stuff, like I'm pretty sure like he had people, he could say whatever he wants to and they would just take it. Whereas in Lizzie, she was someone who always challenged him, and it made him think differently and feel differently, and it all came together of him finding someone he wanted to be with. So that kind of resonated with me as a whole. I'll say for my favorite moment, it would probably be, damn, he really killed it at the end. Like at the very, very end when he was calling her like Mrs. Darcy and all that. I like that little banter. But I'll say my favorite point was where I thought the movie poster was really going to come together, and towards the tail end of the movie where he was walking towards her and he was just asking her like, do you still feel the same way last April, or do you feel better towards me? Like, and that whole whatever he was saying to her, like he was in his bag. Like that man was going sick. And I really appreciate that, because game recognized game, and that man had game, and I really appreciated that. But also, I really enjoyed seeing Lizzie finally get what she deserved, and also come to realization of that she deserves it and she wants it. I thought that was pretty powerful too, because the whole time she was like everyone said, like they thought she hated him, she didn't like him, and then she slowly starts becoming conflicted because she's realizing he's not the person she thought he was. And so finally her being able to free herself from admitting, okay, I really do like him, I thought that was powerful. And seeing them together was just cake. Least favorite moment, man, I tell you, I know like kids will be kids, but seeing those sisters just go like those younger sisters go crazy for attention, and man, that was just so uncomfortable to watch. Like, yes, have so much more life to live, but their whole life is surrounded by being with someone who makes money and whatever the case may be. Like that was so cringe to watch. So that was definitely like my least favorite moment every time that happened, and how the mom spoke about some of her daughters and like really putting them down. And I have no idea what happened with that whole, one of the sisters was supposed to be with someone, and then Lizzie was like begging her dad, like, please don't let it happen. And it was interesting because her dad was like talking down on that daughter as well. But he has like some type of relationship with Lizzie where he's more fond of her or something. So whenever she says, no, I don't want to do it, he says, all right, I won't force you. But when it comes to the other daughter, he was letting her rock, like, oh, she's beat. I'm like, what the hell was all that about? So I don't know if that's the same daughter that ended up marrying Mr. Wickman, or if that was someone separate. But if it's someone separate, I wonder if that ever happened, or if because of Mr. Bingley and marrying Jane and Mr. Darcy marrying Lizzie, if that gave the family the financial freedom that allowed them to not force their other kids to marry into relationships. So that's something I'm thinking about quickly. And then also, if that was the same daughter, now she's with Mr. Wickman, so I wonder how that whole dynamic is playing out in the sense of what happened to the other guy that she was supposed to be with. Lastly, I'm sorry, I know this is not even on topic, but I'm actually pretty confused about the part where the uncle and Mr. Darcy did something. I think the daughter's name was Lisa. But the letter from Mr. Wickman about $100 a year or something like that, that whole thing perplexed me. It was the threat that he was not going to marry the daughter unless they paid £100 a year. That's what I was thinking it was. But I'm confused on how much of the success of it working out was because of Darcy or because of the uncle. Because they said Darcy paid for a lot of the things, but when the letter was first read, a lot of credit was going to the uncle. So did they just not know that it was actually Mr. Darcy and they thought it was the uncle at the time, or did they both play a hand in saving whatever the case it was? Nonetheless, if it actually was like a threat from Mr. Wickman saying, I'm not going to marry your daughter unless I get $100 a year, £100 a year, when he later then came to the dinner table. And so for them to just stand, especially the dad, to like be so calm and collected was really impressive. Like, I would, what? Like, you saying you using my daughter for money? Like, that's crazy. Like, so that's really, I know he's a soldier and everything, so Mr. Darcy probably would have got killed like they were saying, but yeah, very interesting stuff. Damn, I forgot where I was even at. I think that was the least favorite moment. Favorite and least favorite character. Favorite character, definitely 1A is Mr. Darcy. I thought he was amazing. I know he came off rough at first, whereas Lizzie was just a fan favorite from the very beginning. However, what I really appreciate about Darcy that leaps him to my number 1 spot is his loyalty. And one of his friends actually said that his loyalty is like second to none. But I so appreciated how he was so straight up with Lizzie, like, yo, listen, I saw my boy falling for your sister and she looked like she wasn't even interested in him. Your family makes it seem like it's all about money. I don't know if that's her perspective, but she definitely didn't seem interested in him, so I told him to fall back. I so appreciated that honesty, but then also just that realization of like, yo, like, I'm not gonna let my boy out to dry like that. That's so tough. And then he did something separate, something else, I think later down the line, of just like, I guess, saving her sister, some other stuff. Mr. Wickman like booting his ass, and then like the whole like finding out the truth about Mr. Wickman too. Like, he wasn't trying to air Mr. Wickman out, but once Lizzie was like, yo, I don't like you because of these reasons, he was like, oh, I already lost her, let me just explain my truth and just dip. So I just loved the way he carried himself, what he stood for. That's why he's my favorite. Lizzie's a close second because she's just so unorthodox. Like, she's just so pure, and she doesn't like do the customs just to do them. Like, you could tell she does only what she believes in and what she thinks is right. She's just so personable, so lively, so joyful. She's definitely close second. And then third, I know I'm doing way more than I need to right now, but I just really appreciated them. Jane was so amazing as well. Not much from her, but I just loved her dynamic with Lizzie, and then also how it seemed that she stood as a person. She didn't do any of like the selfish things or obnoxious things. Like, they said she was like the most beautiful person in the village or something like that, but she seemed so down to earth, and she was very pure with Lizzie and everything. Whereas it seems like she could have been a detriment and been like very pompous herself or arrogant herself, and she chose not to be. Definitely my favorite characters for sure, with Mr. Darcy being number 1. Least favorite, the mother. I don't even know how much more I gotta say. She was just all about her. I mean, maybe you can argue that she cared about her family, she wanted her family to be well off, but it just seemed like very oriented about her. Like, she wanted all the money, she wanted her kids to be into these forced marriages because of the money for her. She was just at least favorite for me. I don't like how she raised her daughters, at least the last 3 or however many there were. Lizzie and Jane were amazing. I love who they became, but the other daughters, they were just not in the right headspace, which is very perplexing because I said this in my reaction too, but I don't know if this is gonna make the YouTube cut, at least that part. But if you have 2 older sisters that are killing it and seem like such great humans, it's very interesting how the younger daughters still like don't follow suit. They seem more aligned with how their mother raised them rather than role models their sisters are. So that was pretty interesting to me. But yeah, definitely my least favorite character is the mother. Biggest takeaway is you definitely don't know biggest takeaway is you definitely don't know what people are going through and who they really are until you really get to talk to them and get to communicate who they are and why they are or how they are. Just get to know people, because everyone thought Mr. Darcy was a type of way, especially Lizzie from her few interactions with her. And granted, he didn't open up himself. He definitely painted the picture she got. Like, she didn't conjure it up based on her own imagination, you know. He definitely played a role in that. But that being said, he had more to him than everyone thought. Partially his fault for sure, but then also people did judge him. That being said, is also a big takeaway is just actually opening up and being honest with yourself and others. Starting from Mr. Darcy, like him opening up about how he is and how he struggles with just the communication explains a lot of how he treated people, how he did or just didn't really talk to people and really socialize with people. Secondly, Jane, she was so shy that Mr. Bingley didn't even think he liked her. She liked him, and so that was almost a failed relationship. If Mr. Darcy didn't intervene, granted he was the one that kind of talked him over to begin with, but that being said, he probably would have lost interest anyways because of how he was seeing Jane treat him. Nonetheless, if Jane was more honest with how she felt with others, that wouldn't ever happened. Then lastly, Lizzie herself was communicating how she wasn't honest with her family and Jane, and so if she would have did certain things, maybe the family would have thought about Mr. Wickham differently, or things would happen differently. She was saying that throughout the movie. So that just being said, the biggest takeaway is just being honest, having strong communication skills, and not really judging people based on like the little you know them. Really try to get to know them first before making judgments about them. Would you rewatch this movie? I definitely would rewatch this movie. I definitely, first of all, gotta rewatch after. Like I said, would love to read the book or listen to the book as well. I have the audiobook if I'm not mistaken. And then also would rewatch it again. If I don't get everything I get out of it that second time, I'm going to have to go to YouTube and watch. Because the language, the tricky part with me and with this movie in particular is the Old English that they're using. Like I definitely think I grasped most of it. If not, yeah, most of it. I'm definitely not going to say all of it. But there was just parts that kind of confused me based on how they were talking. So I really want to watch it again because of that. And if I can't figure it out, I'll just go on YouTube and kind of explain it to me. But nonetheless, this is not one that I would rewatch it just one more time. I would definitely keep rewatching this movie because I really enjoyed it. So definitely has a high rewatch value for my book. And with that, it's time for the infamous rating. I'll rate movies on a scale 1 through 11. It's essentially a scale 1 through 10, with 11 being only for the perfect Mount Rushmore-esque favorite movies of all time. You name it, your favorite movies. So on a scale 1 through 11, I rate the movie Pride and Prejudice 2005. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Pretty high remarks indeed. I really enjoyed this movie. What kind of stopped it from being the 10 was just my discomfort with some of the, like I mentioned before, how like the whole world revolves around getting married to someone wealthier and stuff like that. That kind of threw me off, and so that kind of like ticks a negative box in my view. It didn't take away from the movie too much, but it did have some like I kind of don't like that. But that being said, this movie was awesome. Like I really appreciated seeing like the growth of a lot of the characters in here, and then just seeing the dynamic between Lizzie and Mr. Darcy. Like they definitely were a match made in heaven because of how how much they grew separately and together. So I really would rewatch this movie again. I thought it was awesome. And then I think what impressed me the most was definitely how like Lizzie and Jane carried themselves in the world in which they were living in. And I think that's what adds so much to my score and my rewatchability, because I just see them just being so awesome in their time frame. And I definitely appreciated that they both got things that they deserved because of how they were behaving and how they, I don't know, just like the good energy they put out there. So, and with that is my reaction and review to the 2005 film Pride and Prejudice. You saw what I thought about the movie. You saw how I answered the questions. Was I critical? Was I not critical enough? Or was it just right? Let me know down below. You also saw the questions that I asked. I would love to see how you would answer some of those questions. But if there's any particular question you think I should answer for this film, let me know down below and I'll do my best to respond. Or if there's any questions you think I should consider asking for future movies, let me know that as well. I'm only going to be able to put so much of the movie on YouTube. So if you enjoy watching this, you want to see my full-length reaction, check out my Patreon link down below. If you really enjoyed this reaction and review, I'd really appreciate it if you showed me by liking the button and commenting down below. And also consider sharing with your friends. If you want to see more reactions from me, I highly recommend you turn on post notifications and maybe check out my social medias down below. There's more for me to come, including what you see on the screen right now, which is going to be what YouTube recommends you watch and another film that maybe I recommend you watch. But if you want to chart your own journey, feel free to check out my channel. And let's jump into the next one.